Okay, well, good morning to everyone. This is our first session for the week. This, as you know, is our intensive preparation to be missionaries this year. So I thought in this first session, we could just get to know each other a little bit more, kind of see what's in each one's heart as we begin. It's myself, and then Angie Hilbin is here. She is one of the other consecrated women who's going to teach next week's classes. So she wanted to come along and meet you all. So she will get a chance to introduce herself as well. Actually, maybe you can introduce yourself now, Angie. They all know me now, I think, by reading them all.
How are you guys doing? Good morning. It's so hard because it's like you can't really respond via Zoom. So you're like, okay. But anyway, so I live in Houston and we're a community of 9 consecrated, and we're going to get 3 of you guys. We're so blessed to have you live with us. And what do? I work with young adults here in Houston, young professionals mainly. So that's like 22 to 30 years old, mostly giving retreats and spiritual directions and starting Regnum Christi section here in Houston. And then a lot of vocational ministry too with the diocese or young women around the country that are looking for a spiritual director. They'll sometimes reach out and I will attend them. But I'm just really happy to be able to work with you next week. Our class, I've been praying a lot for you that you'll be able to open your hearts and be able to receive what God wants to give you, because there's so much in this training course that I think the more you put into it, I'm sure Lisa said that, the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. So I think you could get a lot out of this training. I know it'll be a little challenging over Zoom because you're not able to see people and really get to know them, but the Lord's still gonna find a way to make this awesome for you guys. So I don't know, that's a little bit about me. So thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Angie.
I'm just going to turn off my camera, but I'm still here.
Okay, we're with you. Okay, so I sent a few links this morning. Sorry, it was a little bit late. So if you didn't get a chance to watch the videos, that's okay. You can watch it after the session or in the break between the 2 sessions. But what I did put were questions that I would like everyone to answer. So we'll just go around. We'll do it maybe by communities, like where you're going to go. So that way you can kind of know, okay, who's going to be next. And really it's just to share, one, where are you from, so that we hear it from you. I know you've put them in the chat in the WhatsApp group, but it's nice to hear you speaking and hear your voice. So where are you from? How old are you? And then where are you going to be sent? And then share what's in your heart, whatever's going on inside of there right now as we start these sessions. And then if there's anything you're nervous about or would like us to pray for you during this time, that you can share that as well. Okay, so let's start with trying to see who's all here. Okay, we'll start with the Cincinnati community, putting the Americans on the
Okay, I guess I can go first. I'm Isabel. I'm from Northern Virginia. I'm 18, which I guess is weird. I don't know. I've never really said that yet. I'm 18 and I'm going to Cincinnati. And what is in my heart, I guess I'm excited and eager to see what God has his plans for us in this course and for the year. So. And I don't really know what I'm nervous about. I guess talking like this, I don't really like talking in front of people. So maybe that, I don't know if we have to do a lot of that in this course. Maybe we do, I don't know. So maybe that.
Well, good for you. You started it. So thanks, Isabel. Okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jeannie. I'm from Atlanta. I'm 18 years old too, and I'm going to Cincinnati with Isabel. And what I'm nervous about, I don't really know yet. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing. I don't really sort of know what's going on really. So I guess I don't really know what I'm nervous for yet. But I guess that's a blessing because I don't want to like get all nervous and then become like fearful. But yeah, I'm just really excited. I feel like this month is gonna drag on so long because it's like a month till we leave. So I'm like, ah. But I'm just trying to enjoy time with my family. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so let's jump to the ones going to Le Châtelet, which is in Switzerland, for those that don't know where that is and where they're going, to the academy there.
Hi, let me start because I'm on a road trip and I have the worst signal and I will probably lose it at any second. So I'm gonna take the microphone this time.
Go for it.
I'm Montserrat. I'm from Mexico. I was born in Villahermosa, Tabasco, and I've lived there almost all my life. And right now, I live with my parents in Ciudad del Carmen, Campeche. Because I was studying university at Anáhuac Norte in Mexico City, and due to the pandemic, I'm here with my parents. And in this second, I'm on a road trip to Cancun, Mexico.
Nice.
Yes, I'm 20 years old, and what's in my heart? I am very calm about what's going to happen in my life. Actually, I've discovered myself more patient than I thought I was. But deeply, there's something inside of me that it is quite confident about what is going to happen by the hand of God. So no matter what happens, because we are here in Mexico and we depend on a visa, I am very confident that no matter what, it is going to be for a bigger mission that I could ever imagine. So that's it.
Oh, thank Monse.
Hi everyone, I'm Ana Cris Peniche. I don't like to speak in English, but I'm doing my best. I'm from Mérida, Mexico. I'm going to Le Châtelet with Monse, and Paula is in her way to join the meeting because she's not without Wi-Fi. I hope that this course we can meet each other, and I don't know. I'm really nervous about talking in English, but
You're doing great. Good
well,
job.
I will. I hope I can't lose this nervous that I'm having, and that's it.
Thank you, Ana Cris. Do you have to speak French in Le Châtelet?
Yes.
Okay. Do you speak French?
No.
Ah!
I'm in classes.
Oh, wow. Okay. So,
Yeah.
wow, 2 languages. Well, I would be a little nervous, but you did great. All right, let's head back to the United States. Why don't we do Houston community?
Okay.
Regina just joined us, so welcome. But Isa, yeah, you go.
Okay, I'm going to Houston. My name is Isabel. You can call me Isa because there's another Isabel, so yeah. I'm from Puebla, Mexico, and I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to this year, like meeting my missionary sisters. I'm really excited. Also, I'm excited about meeting you all, even though it's not in person, but I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to like getting to know the concepts in the community. And I am a little bit nervous about maybe the language because English is not my first language. So it like sometimes it's not the same to say what you want to say in Spanish, that is my first language, that in English. But I think I'll work in it. And yeah. Sorry, I don't know if I say I'm 18 years old.
Awesome. Thanks.
Can I, Isa, we have about half the community that speaks Spanish. So
Yeah, I already know some of you because I was an Easy Waiting missionary there. So
Okay,
I'm
cool.
excited to going back. Yeah, thank you, Angie.
Yeah. So you'll be able to speak both languages.
Thank you.
I am Grace Brown. I'm from Cincinnati. I'm also going to Houston. I am also nervous about the language because I am very, very American and only speak a little Spanish. But I'm working on it, doing Duolingo, so we're getting there.
Good job.
Yeah, I don't think I'm nervous really about anything. I'm just super ready to go and start the next phase of my life. Like being in school for the last 12 years, I'm like, oh, thank God, I'm finally doing something different. But yeah, I guess the only thing that I'm really nervous for is just how far Houston is from my family. But I'm super excited.
Awesome.
Well, I'm Regina Hernandez. I'm going to Houston also with Isa and Grace. I'm very excited for if we're going there. Very nervous too. But I think everything's going to go well. Yeah. I'm 18. Yeah, I don't know what we have to say. Sorry for the late.
It's just the intro. Yeah, introducing yourself. You're great.
Yeah, I couldn't
Okay.
find the Zoom link, but now I'm here.
Awesome. Okay. What about, okay, we'll hit back to the Mexico territory. What about those that are going to Europe, like in general? Ones not listed out loud, but the other ones.
Okay, I'll go first. I'm going to Spain, to Madrid. I'm from Mexico, Monterrey, born and raised. I'm 18 years old. And what I have in my heart, I think it's like excitement. I just can't wait. I'm filled with energy. Like every day is getting slower because I'm so excited. And what I'm nervous about, I don't know. I'm more excited than nervous, you know? Maybe, yeah. I think what I'm nervous about it's all of the plane things because I don't know if they'll let me to like go to Spain. So that's what I'm most nervous about. But everything else, I'm just so excited. Like I can't be calm like Monse. I'm really excited. And that's it.
Awesome. Okay, who else? Going to Europe?
Hi. I'm Sophia. I'm 19 years old. I'm going to Sevilla. And I don't know, like actually I have like a
I
bunch
can't be calm like Monse. I'm
Sorry. Sorry. Keep going.
but I don't know, I have a bunch of emotions. I'm really happy, but I don't know. I'm willing that God builds a better like heart within me and to love more and everything like that. But I'm really nervous, like to speak in English in front of everyone, but I will do my best, okay?
Awesome.
Can you do as well?
Hi, my name is Adri. I'll be going to Milan, Italy. I'm 18 years old and I live in Costa Rica, even though I was born in Venezuela. I'm also very excited to leave, but at the same time, I'm actually very nervous that I'm not gonna be able to get on the plane and actually get there. But yeah, I'm really excited and to give my year there and preparing myself to what all the things that God is gonna give to me.
Awesome, Adriana. I think there's like one more, right? Going to Europe?
Me. Hi,
Okay.
I'm Sara. I'm 19 years old. I'm from Mexico City and I'm going to serve my year at Spain with Vivi, Madrid. and I'm really excited, but I am also nervous about talking in English in the summer course. So sorry if my English is not so good.
That was great. Okay, so I think that's just the 4 of you, right? Okay, so we'll go back, last group from the United States, DC. Washington, DC.
There you go. My name is Maria. I'm from Indiana, and I'm 20 years old, and I'm going to Washington, D.C., obviously. And I'd say in my heart, I'm just really excited to get started already. Like, I'm really excited just to see what God has in store for me, and then also just to learn things in this program and to like get all prepared and everything, and just to meet new people. And I'd say the only thing I'm really nervous about is probably like just if I have to like speak in front of other people too. That's I don't know. That's like the only thing that, but yeah.
Cool, Maria. Thanks.
I'll go next. My name is Elizabeth Visser. I'm 18. I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I'm going to Washington, D.C. And in my heart, I'm really excited. I don't know if there's another word for it. I'm just really happy to be doing this. I'm really excited to be put in like new situations and meet new people. I think that's also what I'm nervous about is meeting new people. So they kind of go hand in hand. But just super excited to finally meet all of you. And yeah.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Yeah, you're gonna meet a lot of new people, but they're excited to meet you too, so that makes it easier. All right, and then those that are also going to the United States, Overbrook Academy, right, in Rhode Island. Which is a great place to live. I lived there many, many years, so you'll enjoy it there. Okay, so who's gonna go first? Lisa.
Hi, my name is Lisa, like Lisa but with a Z. I'm from Hermosillo, Sonora. I'm serving my year at Overbrook. I'm really, really happy, really excited. And I have a lot of peace in my heart because I was nervous about what was going to happen, I don't know, weeks or months ago. But now I realized that when you leave everything in Jesus' hands, he makes all things possible. And if it seems like he doesn't, it's for a better cause. So I don't know, I'm really happy. And I'm not feeling nervous right now. Maybe a little bit about the language, but I'm really happy and really glad to meet you all. Thank you.
Well, hi everyone. My name is Jimena. I am from Guadalajara, Mexico, and I'm also serving my year at Overbrook. And I'm really excited and happy to be back because I was already at Overbrook. So I am really happy and excited to see what God has planned for me. And that's it.
Were you in Greenville or in Warwick when you were?
No, I was at Warwick.
Okay, so it'll be a little different.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be interested. All the ones going to Overbrook, if you were
We were all there before. I was the first. Ana Cris, Ceci, and me were the first generation in Greenville.
Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, awesome.
Okay, I'm Paloma. I'm also from Mexico City, and I'm going to Overbrook Academy. Last year I went to study there, so it's like I'm really excited to going back because I'm going to see like familiar faces. What else? I'm really excited about everything. I think it's like a mission for everyone, and I want to see like what God wants to tell me.
What else? I'm a little bit nervous because I think because of all the COVID situation and everything will be different. And we're going to have like a lot of extra work than before. And that's it. That's it.
Awesome. Thanks, Paloma.
Hi, my name is Ana Paula, and I'm from Zacatecas, Mexico. I'm 18 years old, and I will be serving my missionary year at Overbrook. I am like really nervous because of the English. It's not my language. And I am very excited and happy to be there. And that's it. That's it.
Awesome. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Ceci. I am 18 years old. I'm from Monterrey, Mexico, and I'm serving my year as a missionary in Overbrook Academy, and I'm really excited to be back. And also, I'm very excited for the mission that God has for me this year, and I'm very excited. And I hope I learn a lot in this course and to learn a little bit about all of you. Thank you.
Is that everyone? We missing one? No, okay. You know what I was just thinking of, maybe one of you that is going to Overbrook might be able to explain what the academy is for the ones from the North American territory, because they might not know what that is. So maybe to explain what you're doing, because it'll be the same, the ones that are going to Le Châtelard as well, right? The academy there in Switzerland. Anyone want to explain it?
I can if you want.
Thank you.
It's a boarding school that it's in Greenville, Rhode Island. And all the girls come abroad from all parts of the world, Korean, Spanish girls, Mexicans, mostly Mexicans. And we stay the year or half the year, and we study there. We go on trips, and we live with the consecrated and with the missionaries, and we do our school year there at Greenville. And there's middle school, I think, secundaria, I don't know how to say it in English, and high school also.
Mm-hmm. And Le Châtelard, is it just high school? What are the age of the girls there?
No, it is middle school as well and high school, but only which grade? The last ones of middle school and the first two of high school. Okay. But in Mexico, the numbers are different, so I get a little confused. But those are the grades.
Okay. Yeah, it's amazing. So that's so cool that were any of you the students there in Le Châtelard?
Sorry?
Were you a student there?
I was on summer, but I wasn't a student for the year.
Okay. And the others as well that are going there?
No, I have never been there.
Okay.
It will be my first time.
Well, I heard the girls are there right now, and the ones are going from Overbrook are going back this week. So that's a good sign. I think you'll get there. I think you'll get the visas you need. So
hopefully.
Yeah, we're praying. We're all united in prayer. Okay, so really this morning's session, I just wanted to do introductions, and then I'm going to explain the whole program for the next 4 weeks so we can answer any of your questions. Everyone has it clear. And then I will go over a little bit what we're going to do this week and the main speakers. We're going to have a lot of different people joining this week, which is exciting. So, but before I did that, I want you to kind of just think for just a minute. And a lot of you are 18, 20 years old, between 18 and 20, right? So I want you to imagine where you might be in 10 years' time. Where would you like to be, right? What type of person would you like to be in 10 years' time? So you'll probably have finished college. Some of you might already have found someone that you're going to, spend the rest of your life with. You might be married. Maybe some of you might even have kids. Maybe some of you have discovered vocation or consecrated life. maybe, you know, where would you want to be, and what type of person would you like to be, and what type of things would you like to be doing? Okay, so now I want you to, so that's in 10 years time. I want you to think like in 20 years time. What type of person, what type of life? You know, some of you will be almost 40 years old. What would you have hoped to do with your life? And maybe you don't know, and all of us don't know, and God doesn't show us the whole map of our life, because probably we'd freak out if I look back now on my life. There's many things I've done. I'm almost 19 years consecrated next month in August. So I think I was consecrated maybe the same year some of you were born, which is kind of crazy because I was also a missionary the year before I got consecrated. But it's amazing to think like how many layers there are to our lives. And Jesus doesn't let us know the whole thing, but it is a beautiful journey, and it's a beautiful path that we're on. So I want you to think about that, because your missionary year, this year, starting today even, the way you live your summer, the way you give yourself in the summer, the way that God is going to stretch you and grow you, but love you and shower you with graces during your missionary year, is going to lay deep, deep, deep foundations in your life, in the person that you want to be. If you go onto our website for the missionary summer, maybe some of you have looked at every single page, maybe some of you haven't had time. But if you go to the resources and you go to the videos section, there are different pieces of advice from missionaries from previous years that share what their year has meant for them. Now, I videoed them at the end of the year, and they were able to say all the beautiful things God had done. He'd surprised them. They'd grown in relationship with God. They'd grown in relationship with the others. They'd learned a lot of new things about themselves. But it's amazing if we ask those same missionaries a year later, after not being a missionary, now they've gone to college, some of them started their work. What does their missionary year mean for them? They will tell you even more that they've discovered during this year after being out in the world and being the light that Jesus has given them for a world that is so much in need of him. So this is going to be an amazing year. And it's exciting to see that you're excited, because I think you see that, like what and how I live and how I choose to live now is going to forge the person I want to be in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years time. And that Jesus has in mind for you. So I sent you a video of in the chat. So if you didn't watch it, it's hard to watch through Zoom. So that's why I sent it before, and you can watch another moment. But it's a former missionary. Her name is January. She married, so her last name now is Donovan. January Donovan, and she was a missionary almost around 15 years ago here in the United States. And her story, she shares her story on her channel, is that when she was in college, she fell away from her faith. She started to date a lot of different guys, or not even dating, just kind of going out. And she ended up getting pregnant and was very scared and decided to have an abortion, which she did. She had the abortion. And afterwards, she went through a lot of depression. It was a very challenging time for her to try and work through that. It had a lot of effects on her life. And while she was in college, there was a consecrated woman over in Christie that started traveling there, and one of her friends knew her. And her friend started inviting her to come over and, just meet the consecrated, come for some time of prayer with some of the Regnum Christi members. And little by little, she started to discover more who she was as a daughter of God, a beloved of God. And then she began spiritual direction with the consecrated woman. And that completely changed her life. And within a year or so, she wanted and felt the call from God to be a collab, a missionary, and give a year to God. And she said that year changed her life incredibly. So now let's look at her missionary year, 15 years later, what she's doing. I'm going to share my screen because I shared the video with you, but she has a whole apostolate now that that she has for women, just secular women, anyone out there, and she calls it the Women's School. So the video I sent you was a little explanation about what it means to be a woman, and I think it was very beautiful. And I think what she says is what she discovered through her missionary year, what she discovered through Regnum Christi and through her relationship with God. So that discovery led her to deep understanding of her call and her
Oye,
mission.
yo creo que sí voy a bajar al baño.
Hi, is that Paul, Graciela? I'm seeing who you are.
Hello, I'm Paula, not Graciela.
Paula, yeah, it says Graciela, but I'm like, I think it's Paula that's still coming.
Yeah, I could finally connect to the internet. I had no signal or Wi-Fi. I had to go to another house. It was like a mess, but I'm here.
Well, welcome. Welcome. We're happy to have
Thank
you.
you. Thank
Okay,
you.
so as I was saying, this previous missionary, she started this women's school, and basically she mentors women in what it means to be a woman, what the vocation to be a woman is, and the beauty of it. And so through her faith, she has done incredible things. So I just wanted to show you this. I'll send the link in the chat to you if you're interested in seeing what she does. But this is what it means for us to live fully our mission and what God's calling us to this year. We have no idea where God might call us. I bet she didn't think God would call her to found this whole program where she's mentoring other women around the United States and helping them to become the best women that they can be. So let's dream. Let's dream what God wants to dream in each one of you. And let's really live what we are called to during this missionary year. Okay, so I wanted to just take a look now at our website just to kind of make sure you all know what's there and the importance of the different parts of the website. So as you can see, and all of you got here fine, which is good. Some of you had to find the links, but if you go to classes, you'll see here the dates and the times, and we have here the morning classes. So every single morning class, it's this Zoom link. Every single evening class, the Thursdays and the Sundays, will be with this link. I am videoing this to our YouTube account. So if you, like those of you that came a little bit late, or if you miss it, if you just click on this link of the YouTube, it'll take us to our Regnum Christi Missionary Summer YouTube account. And each of the days will be there for you to watch. I ask that this is just for us. I want this to be a safe space when we're sharing, when we're learning. So it's not to share the website with other people because they don't know the context that we're discussing all these topics in. So it's really just for you. And if we are sharing anything that's really private, I'll just make that YouTube video private and give you the link. So it's not that anyone's on the website, they just find it. Just so that we do have a safe space that allows each of us to share freely and let God work in us. So this is this part of the website. Each week, I will put up the sessions, the theme, any sort of materials you need for that particular week. Sorry, if I go back to classes, just a little run through reminder. First week is Regnum Christi Spirituality, and I'll go more into that a little bit later, what we're doing. The second and third week is on your own human formation, your own human development. So that's where Angie will be teaching you, and Carla Mesqua. Maybe those from Overbrook who were students know her. So she will be teaching the third week, and they're joined together, getting to know yourself, getting to know better other people so that you can serve as well as you can for the kingdom. And then the fourth week will be Iswedi and the apostolate. Okay, so for my week, we have here just a little overview. It's really just to make sure we all are on the same page of Regnum Christi, that we can talk about Regnum Christi, so we know the latest updates on Regnum Christi, the new statutes that came out in the last year, what that means to us. and be able to express that and form others and to know and love Regnum Christi. So today I'm doing this introduction section. The next session, we'll try and have a break at 12 for like 15 minutes, but then you can just join again and the same link. And Donna Garrett is a lay Regnum Christi woman. She's been almost 20 years in Regnum Christi. She's in the Omaha, Nebraska area, which is like the middle of the United States. But she has served many years in Regnum Christi, and now she is the lay woman in charge of Regnum Christi Life. So anything that is in the whole of the North American territory, anything to do with Regnum Christi, the way that we live, our apostolates, our different ministries, she oversees all of that. So she also oversees the Regnum Christi missionary. So she's like my boss in a way. She's the one that I report to and connect with, and who supports me in my role. So she is going to give a session on Regnum Christi in the North American territory. It is not mandatory for the ones going to Europe, but for everyone else it is. Like, you need to be here, even the ones from Overbrook. It's a really good way to see how Regnum Christi runs here in North America. But the ones going to Europe are very welcome to join, because if you want to know a little bit more about Regnum Christi in a totally different territory, how does it work? How does it run? What kind of schools and ministries do we have here, and apostolates? Okay, so that's today. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have a panel of different Regnum Christi members. We have 5 that'll come. We have different ages and different life experiences. And we also have a legionary priest coming, and who was a Regnum Christi member before he joined the legionaries. And we have a lay man as well, Regnum Christi man, who was one of the first ECYD members here in the United States. So we'll have 5 of them come. They'll share a little bit about their experience of Regnum Christi, and then we can ask them any questions as well. So it gives a sense of how Regnum Christi has impacted people's lives over the years. You can see also where could you be in 10 years' time? Maybe like Fiorella, who will be there, who was a missionary and now she has 2 small kids. Where could you be in 20 years' time? We have Eileen Wick, who's got 6 kids and very active Regnum Christi member. You know, where could God be calling you? The different stages in Regnum Christi. Then afterwards, we will have Maria Knuth, who is in charge of ECYD for the whole of the territory here in North America. She's excellent. Some of you might know her. So she also oversees the ECYD missionaries. So those that were ECYD missionaries here in the United States also might have been in connection with her. So she's going to share a little bit the RC identity. What is the core of our charism, based on a document that just came out 6 months ago. So you guys are having one of the first courses on it, which is exciting. Then Wednesday morning, we'll do how do we do apostolate as Regnum Christi members. So I will go over those with you all. And then the next session on the Wednesday will be about our rule of life as missionaries. And I'm also going to give you your project, which will be a group project for the week. And I'll explain it to you on Wednesday morning. So keep a watch out for that. And then on Thursday nights is when we join the 2 other missionaries from Manila. They are actually going to give you the session, which is kind of cool. So Reina and Chelsea are from Manila, Philippines, and they've been Regnum Christi members for a few years now. They finished college, both of them, and were in the Regnum Christi young adults section there in Manila. So they've already started their year serving in Manila. So they already moved in, I think, a week ago. Now they're in the community with the consecrated. So they are going to give us a session on how do we accompany people in Regnum Christi, because that's a key element of ECYD and Regnum Christi that we do. We accompany and we journey with people. So they will give us that session, and then we'll have time for small groups after that. Okay. All right. And then Sunday night is your night activity with the auxiliaries. So they're going to be messaging at you, I think, this afternoon for what you need to do to prepare for night activity, which is just going to be fun. And it's also a way that you can learn different things you can do with the missionaries. Sorry, with the as missionaries for the people you serve. Okay, so a few documents for this week. You have video of the history of Red Christi missionaries. So watch that if you haven't. This is Carolina Durantes. She worked with the missionaries, the collabs in Mexico for many years. And she has been the last 2 years in my community here. And now she just got assigned to Rome. So maybe, who was it that was going to Milan? They might get to meet Caro. And then this little video here is the Red Christi Identity. It's going to help you for Maria Knuth's class tomorrow morning. Okay, so there's also one in Spanish. I can give you the Spanish link to the video. Okay, so documents for this week. We have the Statutes of Red Christi. Then you have the Rule of Life. RC Spirituality Pathway. We'll be referring to these during the week. The RC Identity document is the one that Maria Knuth will go over. And then Leadership Challenge is also, I did something with the ones from North America. That's where the information is for that. Okay, and then for those of you that have hopefully started your meditations, if you go every week, we'll make sure we put up your meditations. So Carla has done videos for you all. So you just click on that, have your time of prayer in the morning, and that'll kind of just get you ready for the day. And obviously, as Red Christi missionaries, that's a very, very important aspect, is our prayer and our relationship with Jesus. So we have here, what we recommend is do the morning offering that we did today, the Iswedi prayer, and then have 30 minutes where you can watch the video and then have that time to pray. Make sure you have your Bible. Carla is basically using just the Gospel of Matthew 11 and 12. So you just need your Bible for that so that you can take the time to pray, and she'll step you through the prayer. Other commitments as missionaries that you want to start doing now so that you can get ready for the intense spiritual life that you're going to have and encounter with Jesus this year is if you can get to Mass. Obviously, some of you still cannot get to Mass, but if you can get to Mass, to try and do that. Praying the rosary every day. Maybe you want to do it as small groups. You could do it as a little community if you want. And then spiritual reading. I know the ones from the United States, we are doing one of the letters of Pope Francis on holiness in our lives. And so to be reading at least, 5-10 minutes a day, or you could kind of build up and do it at another moment during the week. And then at night to have your your prayer examen. I know that was one of the campaign resolutions, was to do that. So 5 or 10 minutes at night just to go over your day and really reflect on what God was trying to say and do in you that day and your response to him. So if you go to, I put here in one of the apps, Reimagining the Examen is kind of a cool app that steps you through the process. So that might be something you want to do. Okay, so that's prayer. And then if you go to resources, you have different things. You have documents. I think I just added the Spanish version of, yeah. So if you go here, La Identidad del Red Christi, that is the document that Maria Knuth will work through with you tomorrow. So I put the Spanish here, and let me see if I can get the Spanish statutes as well in the Rule of Life. So I can add that to here. But you have, again, some of the same documents from this week. The RC Spirituality Pathway. Fashion pointers, I just sent this to the ones from the United States, how we dress as missionaries. I encourage you to start dressing that way, at least when we have sessions. So if we were in person, we'd be wearing the dress code, but the way we dress and the way that we share who we are represents Jesus, right? And who he is for us. But we'll talk about that a little bit more in the next few weeks as well when we look at human formation. And then the Rule of Life, I just added this. So this is basically, I think in Mexico you have probably a little different from this, but it's very similar. It's all the principles and the manual that we live by. So for us here in the United States, this is something we'll go over. I'll go over it with you a little bit this week, and then Angie will cover more in depth some of the elements next week. Okay, so that's the resources. Links, we have lots of different resources here. Really just whenever you take your time. There's the Red Christi prayer book if you'd like to use that in English. But then there's other things that kind of give you a little step-by-step different types of prayer, different, that you can do. So I won't go over that now. And then the videos I mentioned to you of advice from previous missionaries, which I think you'll enjoy. Okay, and actually there's one here of Maria Knuth, so you can get to know her a little bit before she speaks with you tomorrow. Okay, so that is pretty much the website. There's the Meet the Team, and as I said, as each week comes, we'll put that page up so that you kind of are living the present moment. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing and.
Could I say something, Lisa?
Sure, Angie, whatever you would like to add.
First of all, excellent job on the website. I think it's just so easy to follow and to figure out like what's coming. Don't you girls think so? Thumbs up if you agree. Very nice. So I just wanted the girls to know that next week's course is pretty different than this week. Like this week, you'll have a lot of testimonies and you could probably like listen even on the beach or wherever, like you can listen wherever you are. Next week has a lot of dense topics. Like we'll use the catechism, we'll have prayer moments with scripture. And because it's so dense, we'll have moments that you need to talk during the class. Like we'll have a lot of moments of I'll ask you a question and then you unmute and you talk. So I just want you guys to know like there's a certain tone each week for the classes. So next week you'll need to be in a place where you can speak, where you can listen and take notes, where you can have your actual Bible, like the Bible next to you, and a notepad and a pen, because it's a bit more dense. And then Carla's class will be more application, like quizzes and like tests that you can do, personality tests and things like that. So mine's just wanted to kind of give you a heads up. Like this week is like testimonies and getting people's experiences. Next week is like a class, and the following week is like application. So just so you guys know, because it sometimes helps to know ahead of time of like even where you're going to connect and what your week will be like. So that's it.
Awesome. Thanks, Angie. We're happy you could join now because that's great to get the overview. So a couple of pointers and a few attitudes I'd encourage for this time. So one is for us to be fully present, 100% here. So when I'm here, I'm here. It's a little different than if we were in person. It's only these 2 hours every day, and even some days of the week you don't even have sessions. So when we have the times to be here, I encourage you 100% all in to be fully here. As Angie said, what you put in, you'll get back, right? So as much as you put your enthusiasm, your concentration, your really trying to apply and assimilate the material, it's like if you want a Coke, right, from a Coke machine, you have to put the full dollar in to get the Coke back. It's like if you put 80%, 80 cents in, 90 cents in, you won't get the Coke. So put your whole self in. God will bless you, and he will bless you, the people that you're called to serve. So yes, I agree with Angie. Try and get like something you can write and take notes on. So maybe not your journal, but you might need your journal for some of the activities because there'll be more self-reflection. But definitely have a notebook that you can write, or if you want, it's fine on the computer to type it up. But obviously with the computer, not to get distracted. Okay, don't have anything else open. Close your phone. Put your phone aside for the 2 hours every day. Just tell yourself, I'm going to give my whole self to Jesus during this time, and he will bless that so much. I encourage you, talk to each other about these things. You have small groups. I think the ones from the Mexico territory, you guys are all meeting as one big small group. We will do our small groups on Thursday night after the session here in the United States. So that might be the time you want to do it. If you have another time you have set up, that's fine. But it's a great time to share what you're experiencing, what you're learning, and through the WhatsApp group even, to share, talk about it with each other. And try and apply what you receive to your current reality. Now, I know most of you are at home, but what you're receiving, apply it with your family. Or some of you are maybe doing apostolate just online, or maybe some of you are doing it in person because of where you live, but apply it to that. how can I bring what I'm receiving into my life? Okay, so 100%, I'm here fully present. Another attitude I encourage you to live is maturity and authenticity. When Jesus calls, he gives you the grace to respond fully. And he's giving you the grace, and he's inviting you to represent him this year, to represent him as his missionary, as his hands, as his feet, right? As Isuedi prayer says. So when we, the way we live and the way that we are giving ourselves to others represents Jesus. Now that you're a missionary, even now that you're at home, it's not so much, but like basically everything you do as a missionary is giving Jesus and representing Jesus. So I encourage you to live this summer with that maturity of saying, okay, I'm going to be, I'm really going to try and live my prayer commitments. No one's watching me. No one's seeing what I'm doing. You know, it's not like if we were all together in San Jose, California, which is where we're supposed to be, and we're all together in prayer. Nope. It's me and Jesus. And the way I want to live my missionary year, only he sees you. I'm not there. Debbie's not there. I mean, you know, so the maturity and the authenticity of this is my missionary year. It's what I want to, and how I want to respond to Jesus. So the way that you pray, the way that even now, sorry to say, but your social media accounts, everyone knows, right? Your friends that you're going to be a missionary. So the way that what they see on your social media, what you present is now representing Jesus. So how do I do that? How do I live? How do I give him to others in all the situations I'm in? Our auxiliaries have a campaign organized for you. So, you know, those are ways that can help you live that authentic missionary life. And then we'll go into the rule of life as well, and what that means and how we live our missionary year. So I encourage you to live your summer like you want to live your year, which is how you want to live for Jesus. So the way that we dress, punctuality, thank you. Most of you were really on time today. Some of you are trying to find the link, so I understand. And sometimes internet is hard and challenging. But the punctuality, because we have speakers coming, so it shows also the respect and honoring them as well for the time that they're giving to you this summer. So being punctual, 11 o'clock in the morning or whatever the time preference is for you, and then the evening sessions. These sessions are mandatory, right? This is your training, so you need to be in the sessions. But if something comes up, if you have some urgent family situation or something else that you get sick, whatever it is, those that are in the North American territory, you just need to ask me if that's okay for you to miss it. And those from the Mexico territory, if you can tell Debbie and let Debbie know and ask her if it's, you know, why you're missing it. And that way also we know if you're not there or not. Okay, so that's just the maturity as well and the responsibility as a mission. And then last little encouragement, live the present moment. I know some of you mentioned, and it is exciting. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for when I go to my destination. But it's important to say, Jesus meets me here today in this moment. So to live fully what he's asking of you right now, which is the preparation for your actual in-person living of your missionary year. So to live fully now, and yes, if there's worries or nervousness or whatever about the future, just to say, okay, I am excited. That's why I'm nervous or whatever. I give you that to you, Jesus, and I trust you with my year. I trust you with my life. So I will live fully what you're asking me right now and not get too worried about the future. The future will come. You will get to your destination very soon. I'm positive of that. So those three attitudes: one, living fully present while we're here, 100%, all in. Two, the maturity and the authenticity. This is my year. I want to choose and I want to live it how Jesus wants me to live it, and that's up to me. And three, live the present moment. Just enjoy the present moment being with him. Okay, so I think with that, we'll take a little break. Do any of you have any questions? Because after this, we'll have our guest speaker, Donna, with us at 12:15. But any questions about the program in general that I can answer? Maybe if you have the questions, other people have the same questions. Okay, really clear? Okay, so we'll take a 15-minute break. You can stay on the Zoom link if that's easiest. Maybe just, you can mute it or you can just take your video off. And then at 12:15, we'll meet back here for Donna's session on Regnum Christi and the North American territory. Okay, and those that are going to Europe, you're very welcome to join, but you don't have to be there. But the rest do. You need to be in the next session. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
All right. See you soon. Let me delete this.